One. Here we go. Excuse me. Welcome back to Black Butler Anime Review, episode number 19. We are reviewing the 16th episode of the series, which also happens to be the third episode of the Emerald Witch arc, His Butler Unknown. This episode adapts from chapter 89, the last 5 pages of this chapter, which is basically pages 34, 37, the entirety of chapter 90, and the first 10 pages of chapter 91. I'm like, interesting. You think getting as far as they did with this episode, you think, oh, there's, like, how much is left to go? They adapted roughly 16 and a half chapters. Because they could kind of get mostly almost halfway through chapter 91, but technically there's about 17 chapters left. And for this whole season, there is about 10 more episodes left to go. Yep, 10 more to go. Now, the reason why that I love my anime project to my former students to explore dungeon depths, the reason I'm discussing right now has not been released yet. The news episode dub is not released yet for that one. So, by the way, next one will be Case Closed. That'll be next, because that one has been released. As far as I can tell, it has. Because, I've been killing slimes for 100 years and maxed out. This one, for some reason, the English dub has not released this one yet. I don't know why. It just hasn't yet. And I did check. So, unless, of course, after Case Closed, the year 2 anime get released, might sadly have to be skipping those 2 anime this week. And I'm really hoping on that. But we'll find out and see. So in this episode, we pick up right where we left off last time, where we see Sebastian crying. Of course, Sebastian's like, I'm a demon, why am I crying? And his skin starts boiling, so he basically rushes back to his master. Apparently he's been infected too, he's vomiting, so he just goes straight to the Emerald Witch, or Lady Sullivan, where she proceeds to tell him, go to the cauldron room, and of course he casts some special herbs, basically treat them. Of course he basically undresses Cecile and himself throws their clothes into an incinerator, which I think that's the correct decision to do, because I'm sure those things are infected, so you probably need to get rid of all the germs. That's basically a safety precaution. They probably had to burn the clothes. And then we have a flashback for Cecile. It looks like this is possibly prior to the events of what happened in his, how he got the way he does with the eye stuff, where there were these other kids being force-fed this, whatever this gop is. One kid died, and I think it's maybe part of the cult that killed his parents. Now, as for why they decided to do this for, I don't know. So, then of course, basically he wakes up, and instead of, being completely rational, for some reason he's clinging to Finian, which of course everybody's questioning, why the heck Finian for? Why? Because he looks the youngest of all of them? Where everybody's told to leave the room. So then, of course, Sebastian offers his services to Lady Sullivan in exchange for helping his master, while basically his master is being occupied. She's like, okay, you'll be my butler in exchange for allowing him to heal him. So, basically, in the case of her butler, he can't be a normal thing for him, like just normal duties with him for Wolfham. So, after meeting the other servants, so he doesn't necessarily get a lady stuff to do, so here's basically gives everything he's there to. Finney is sent after the young master, aka Cecile. Mei Lin is to basically change the linens, aka change the sheets, which you can do no problem. Snake gets the polished silverware. Wolfham basically tells him to do his normal duties, and Sebastian prepared the afternoon tea, which they all do Though he does get Finian basically suggesting to give the young master a warm milk with honey to basically calm his soul. Because apparently he can't see for some reason. So, and of course, Wolfgang is basically watching him. Then the episode ends with him, of course, probably he's covered. So he proceeds to get rid of the marks on him by simply just wiping a mirror, and he's instantly cured. Well, he's a demon, so I can easily buy the fact he can do that. If he's no person, he can't do that at all. So the episode ends with him arriving at Lady Sullivan's room with a tray of tea. Leading into the next episode, which will probably air next week. And that's pretty much the episode in a nutshell. Yes, an absolute really good episode. It adapted the manga really well here. I had to sort of edit the wiki site here with basically it was adapted because it did technically adapt the rest chapter 89 for this episode. I can tell because I looked up in the manga. So and from what I can tell, my edits are not being removed because if they watch the episode, read the manga, yep, I'm telling the truth about that. So they're not going to be bothered with that. So next anime course is going to be Case Closed, and I will keep checking if the air to release today. So that is going to be pretty much that particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications. Next up, basically, we have a comic corner. Okay? Next video. Bye.